Good evening, everyone, and here we are at Basso Aviation, Southrop, and the Society for Putting Things Upon Other Things. This is the sum of the small Malagasy What If 1 in 70-second drones, and here we are at the four rings of wisdom, the four rings of reheat. So I'll try and get all the names right. Basically, these are coaxial copters here. These are the AliExpress ones. As you can see, they're dotted around, and I've got one more to finish, which is going to have a thermal imager. Up here in the upper right corner, we have reconnaissance and battle damage assessment drones. So we've got the people thrown ones. We've got a little helicopter kind of quadcopter thing there. We've got the mini eyes. We've got a very small FPV slash quadcopter here. We've got the Siebel S100 camcopter, which is got a little camera underneath, thermal imager. And then we've got a quadcopter here, which has got a thermal imager underneath. These are all controlled by either little handheld things like here or here, or like these base station things with the antenna. We've got the roving Cyclops long range jet powered battle damage assessment, surveillance and electronic warfare drone. That's a Malagasy special. That's extremely long range, sort of a 2,000 kilometer range drone. Another AliExpress coaxial copter with a radar for battlefield surveillance. Like I said, there's one more coming with a infrared. Then we've got the Super Angry Butterfly long range attack kamikaze slash suicide drone. Very good. Sort of a Geron 2 kind of equivalent, but with a better seeker head and GPS and the ability to beam back some images, which is always useful. We've got the QH6 attack helicopter, which is a really nice piece of kit with 2 Hellfires, infrared thermal imager and a rocket pod. A really nice helicopter. I've got one more of those to build. Got a utility coaxial drone there for ferrying supplies, and then someone said I should do an anti-aircraft one, so I did. 2 R60M missiles, thermal imager underneath. This is an AliExpress coaxial rotored copter designed to shoot down the bigger drones. And then for the smaller annoying drones that you want to shoot down, we have the Super Sausage Sprayer, which has a 12.7mm minigun underneath. So the idea is that this goes after the enemy's drones and takes them down. It can also be used in an anti-personnel role. You won't get hit by that. Now we move on to some drones which replicate what the new Russian drones are doing. So this is a quadcopter with a drone which actually is carrying a practice bomb carrier with real bombs. Need to paint it a bit better, but this is like a nuisance slash anti-personnel drone. So it's got 6 bomblets in there, just small, like 50 to 100 pound bombs, but they'll cause some damage for personnel. It can be used like a cluster bomb, dropping all 6 or dropping one at a time. Thermal imager and seeker head at the front. It's quadcopter, so it's vertical takeoff, and then it's propelled in the air by a internal combustion engine inside here with a propeller at the back. So it's very similar to a new Russian drone, which they've just done a video on. Then we've got the Red Hot Chili rocket launcher with the 2 266mm S25 rockets. That's a quadcopter. It's going to give someone a headache. Then we've got a rocket lofting coaxial copter, another AliExpress one. And now we've got the Super Spicy Sausage destructor drones. So these have a 250 pound Mark 81 warhead, infrared night capable. It can be used as kamikaze suicide drones, or they can just drop the bomb and return for another. So if you're trying to hit like a dugout, you use it in a suicide mode. if you're trying to hit like a vehicle or concentration of troops, you'll just drop the bomb. So it all depends what you're doing and how reusable it is, gives you options. Now we've got the anti-armor drones, and we have the pimple popper, which is the equivalent of the Lancet but bigger with more power. So this is the pimple popper anti-armor drone. It's a top attack drone. It will come down and it will decimate main battle tanks. It's powerful enough tandem charge warhead to go through drone armor as well. So a really nasty piece of kit. That's the equivalent of the Lancet 2. So the pimple popper. None of these ideas are new to me. These are just my creation based on what's actually in service. The Big Basher. The Big Basher is a like an artillery style drone, internal combustion engine, long range. This is designed to hit your command points and enemy supply areas. So where they're refueling tanks, where they're preparing ammunition, enemy artillery systems, the Big Basher is the one that targets them. And then we have the anti-armor, and this is a really effective piece of equipment. It's got 2 Hellfires, rocket pods, thermal imager. It's a coaxial copter, carries the same load but with a lot less range and speed than the QH6, but it's an anti-armor coaxial helicopter. So there we go. That is the current state of drone affairs. One more to do and then the drone collection is complete. So I'm gradually getting through there. Drones are an integral part of modern warfare. Extremely nasty. These are bigger than a lot of the commercially equivalent drones, which are like tiny ones like this. They carry a lot more payload. They're proper military equipment. So you've got like Mark 81 bombs, rockets and stuff like that. So none of that homemade sort of craziness that I really despise. These are proper military standard what if drones. Of course, it's all made up. None of these work, and they are designed to be used by proper armies only.